This putrid peppered paralegal persists in proclaiming a preposterous presumption. The punishment proposed by the presiding priestess will be particularly poignant. Pretty powerful, don't you think?
Well, Billy, I have 2 comments.
Uh-huh.
Pel Pilly, Pi Pev, Patu, comments.
Poo Pote Pay?
Ah, God! Number 1, how long did it take you to come up with that?
I mean, you know, sometimes...
I'm not interested in your answer.
Okay.
Number 2, Apollo's not a paralegal. He's a full-fledged lawyer. You're demoting him to a mere clerk.
Doesn't that fit with her style?
I like pistachios. We're the Bittersweet Gamers.
Or are we the Bittersweet Gamers? I'm P squared. Wait, no, hold on!
You can't take that back. I'm the Opinionator. In response to all the circumstantial evidence and theories we have proposed, Amara has said, nuh-uh, it just wasn't me. And Nahyuta has said, you don't know, maybe there's some other person in Khura'in who can channel spirits. You got any proof, huh? You got any proof there wasn't?
Because we're the only ones that have to provide proof here.
And Amara's like, yeah, I just wasn't even there. I don't care about any of that stuff you said. It happened at 3 p.m., not 2 p.m. It was 3 p.m.
2 p.m.?
No, don't get involved in this, Your Majesty!
Was that my flashback or your flashback?
I don't even know what a flashback is anymore! So they're just flatly denying everything, going, nah. Well...
Batman! Sorry, I'm very old.
Billy,
yeah?
You realize that you're getting older every second.
Oh, God!
Of course, so's everyone else, but...
I'm faced with my own mortality. I should let it go and move on.
Yeah, so anyway, we've figured out how to nail Amara. And it's with this convenient other half of the pendant.
Objection!
You know, when we first showed it to Dhurke, he was like, oh my God.
You better give that to me.
Well, he tried to say it wasn't important, and it wasn't a, you better give that to me.
That's true.
It was, oh, wow, would you look at that thing that has no relation to me whatsoever and I'm not even that interested in? I'll just take that from you. Thanks very much. Anyway, let's just move on, shall we? Now, it's true that now we know that Dhurke was in Amara's body, but it's not like Amara has any control.
Right. Which means Dhurke was covering for her.
Either he was covering for her, which we have been expecting, or also that is very important to me. And so I would like to take it because that is something that I share with my wife. And as long as this still exists, it proves that no matter what has happened between me and Amara, it proves that we are still together.
Yeah.
However, where did we find it?
We found it over, wasn't it over by the shot statue?
That means that she never gave it up. She wore it in there. Dhurke wore his in there. He has it in the sarcophagus.
On his body, yeah.
On his body. So that means that Amara, doing all of the things that she was doing, still wore that pendant. She didn't
even saying everything she's saying.
Right. Even saying everything she's saying. Queen Amara. Does this pendant look familiar to you?
Why, that is unimportant.
Huh, that's what Dhurke said too. We found it in the tomb, and it has the minister's blood on it.
Well, isn't that normal if you found it in the tomb?
It's not splattered everywhere all over the place! Which means it was probably dropped in the course of the crime.
Objection!
And I fail to see how it is relevant to your argument. It's just some random piece of jewelry. It means nothing. Did that not belong to the accused? Well, that's what I thought, too. After all, Dhurke had said it, did himself.
He said that.
Yeah, he did. Yes, but it was a lie.
Pink just isn't his color.
I mean, that reaction of hers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe he was covering for someone. Covering? How? For who? Why? How is this even relevant? There's a certain piece of evidence that shows the pendant isn't Dhurke's.
The one that shows which pendant it is. That's a photo of the accused body, is it not?
Yes, it is. And I'd like to call your attention to a certain spot in it. I like how we get to do this one finally. This right here proves that the pendant that was found in the tomb wasn't Dhurke's. I wonder whose pictures are in that one. Do you suppose the one that's Dhurke's?
It's Nahyuta and Apollo?
Yeah. That's the whole family, right?
Yeah. Yeah!
You will notice an object near Dhurke's left arm.
It's kind of over his heart.
It's an identical pendant, except it's blue. Do you guys notice any color schemes? Look at me and Mr. Right.
Oh.
Look at Dhurke and Amara, who were married.
Now that you mention it, do you have a red pendant and Mr. Right has a blue one?
And Athena has a yellow one. Simon's is black.
I've already got a pendant. Yeah, screw you guys.
And Edgeworth's is purple. Larry's is also yellow, so the whole thing falls apart.
This is where the analogy breaks down.
Don't you find that a little strange? I mean, we haven't even brought up Larry Butts at all in this case.
We've got dots, don't worry.
Why would he own two of them, but in different colors? And I haven't even talked about what's inside them yet. Here's what I think. The pendants were meant to go together as a pair. We thought that the moment we saw it.
Yep.
A pair?
How could Nahyuta not know about the pendants?
Just never occurred to him and he was never shown them?
Huh.
If the blue pendant was Dhurke's, then what about this pink one with Minister Inga's blood on it? Who do you suppose it belongs to? She's twiddling her thumbs. She's
sweating profusely.
She's still making a hypnotic gesture with her hands, but it's like dum de 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 dum. Objection. Huh. Sorry to disappoint, but no fingerprints were found on the pink pendant.
Did you open it and look inside? I swear, the police here are worthless!
What? The pendant opens? Why did this not happen?
Oh my god.
Therefore, we have no way of knowing to whom it belongs. It is just a coincidence. But that's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sadmati.
Apollo, don't stoop to his level.
I'm guessing you putrid prosecutor! Pow pear poo! That joke is now dead.
Pubjection!
Pink pat.
You'll be pied. Hey, it is a pink pendant.
I'm trying to make it stop! I'm guessing you didn't know or somehow conceive of the fact that this pendant is actually a locket. Did you even look at it? Come again. The ad-lib was right on point. Sweat. Now this is where it gets interesting. When we open this locket up, oh my god! When you look at that, we found a faint fingerprint inside. On the back of the lid, to be exact. What? No.
Now, in Nahyuta's defense, he hasn't really been on top of his game this case.
For a lot of reasons.
For many reasons.
That's nothing that I'm going to be critical about him on.
Right.
Over with preposition of some kind. For, between, betwixt. What? Of. So now the question is, to whom does the fingerprint belong?
Emma, we got something for you.
We tracked it and it wasn't on a database, right? I
think so.
Wasn't on a database of anybody related to the case. Why don't we make sure about that?
Yeah. It says a fingerprint.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that was right. Huh. What's somebody related to this case that we haven't had a fingerprint on file between?
Don't you start! Again?
Queen Amara! It belongs to you, doesn't it?
Ooh.
Queen Amara. It seems I've truly rendered the witness speechless this time around, considering how much he was talking before, going on and on and on about the eternal glory of Khura'in, and now she's twiddling her thumbs. This cannot be. Mother, tell me it does not belong to you. Why have I never known?
Nahyuta,
Why did you never tell me? Think about it, Queen Amara. Dhurke must have realized that you were channeling his spirit. He knew he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
And he had probably already figured out who the minister's killer was. And yet, he still claimed that the pink pendant belonged to him.
But why would he do such a thing?
You know the answer. You really don't know? He was protecting you. Because he loved you. He loved you until his very last breath, and beyond!
Yeah, and beyond. I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did.
A dragon never yields, and a dragon never betrays either.
Yeah.
Not a single person he was connected to, not a single one of his ideals. He stuck with all of them. Even when he knew he had made a mistake. You know, he tried to make it better with Apollo.
Yeah.
Dhurke knew everything, even that he was being used. But he kept quiet, all for your sake.
Dhurke, why do you always...
Well, Queen Amara, Dhurke, the one whose love for you never wavered all these years. Are you going to betray him now? He would never betray you.
Dhurke, I... Ah!
Gonna drop the veil now? This cannot be. I refuse to accept it. Queen Amara, are you ready to confess to your crime? Yeah, it's gone. Drop the mask and now she's just a person again.
I can deny it no longer.
Really?
The truth is, it was I, Amara Sigitar Khura'in, who slew Minister Inga.
That's preposterous! Why?
Yeah, I thought it was Khura'in too.
I don't think we're at the end.
Yeah, she might still be covering. This is beyond belief!
I think there's something else.
Oh, it can't be this simple. I say, after having gone through everything we've already gone through, you expect us to accept that this aspect is simple too? Nah. Batman. I'm sorry.
Mother, why would you...
Forgive me, Nahyuta. I never wished to cause you such sorrow.
That is all Nahyuta's family has ever caused him, though. But it's also because of his own choice, isn't it? To be the lapdog, but we don't know what's up with that. We don't know why that happened. And we haven't gotten to the bottom of that picture yet.
There's still a long way to go.
We haven't gotten to the bottom of Rafa and her mother yet.
But I had no choice. It was the only way.
The only way?
So, in the end, Queen Amara and Dhurke Sadmati. I suppose this means that they were unable to reconcile while he was still alive.
I don't think the state of the kingdom or the incidents of the past would have allowed that.
They were prisoners of their shared history, so to speak.
Queen Amara, there's something I need to know. You know, what Phoenix said is right. The burden that they carried was such that they couldn't even have a normal personal life. Such is the fate of those with a heavy responsibility, and in the case of Amara, one you're born into. You may not have your freedom, but, you know, Rafa has gotten all of this strength and all of this resolve from the role that she was born into. And it's not like she resents it, she embraces it.
Yeah, wholeheartedly.
But there are downsides too, obviously. In fact, what was it Amara even had said before? Nope, I ain't becoming queen anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just a simple whoever I feel like.
Was that judge some classes? Sign me up.
I ain't touching nothing. You had staged a near-perfect crime. So, why did you bring this pendant into the tomb with you? You should have known it could come back to haunt you.
Power, was that some sort of crying joke?
Sorry, idioms. It's just the way it goes.
And her poses aren't as like sharp either. They're kind of relaxed.
She's not as woof, 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 woof. He's doing the little doggy. And you know, Dots did that.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're before they were grandiose and she seemed like a hostile, impenetrable Buddha. And now, you know,
I do not really understand it myself.
Her heart is clear.
I had nearly been assassinated by my own husband.
And Jove's justice. We haven't gotten to the bottom of that or the fires.
Mm-hmm. Yet, I could not bear any hatred towards him. I was unable to discard this, or part with it for even a short time. As with Dhurke, I have never stopped loving my husband for the past 23 years.
Mother. So she really believes it? That Dhurke tried to assassinate her? So maybe what it's actually going to be is, alright, Amara confessed to this part of it is over, now we have to go deal with the quote-unquote assassination of Amara. That is, in fact, part of the trial. Never mind the fact that the victim of the assassination is quite alive. That's still part of the...
still has to be cleared of that.
That's still part of the trial, so why don't we just have that too? And that's how we're going to find out.
Okay, the connecting, the overarching connecting plot.
So maybe Amara did kill Inga, but it has something to do with this, or something like that.
Your Majesty, is it not time? Time to declare Dhurke innocent? I would ask that you do this for my beloved, who now dwells in the Twilight Realm.
There's meaning in pardoning someone who has passed away.
Very well, then.
It also means that in Khura'in, the sins of the father are no more, so they do not pass on to their children.
That's why we still have to clear his assassination attempt.
Yeah. Yes, exactly that.
Your Eminence, Prosecutor Sadmati, if you have no further objections...
Ah! This cannot be. My mother...
Well, Garan...
I have no objections. Again, she is remarkably fair, isn't she? Even if she turns out to be the mastermind, or even if she doesn't, there's something about her that's remarkably fair, and I can point out a good quality...
And horrible people.
Even if they still are full of all the bad ones and are horrible.
Yeah.
Dhurke, I did it. I finally did it! I proved your innocence. But... something about this doesn't quite feel right.
Very well, then. Being that Queen Amara yet lives, we can no longer charge the accused with an assassination that never came to fruition. As for the murder of Minister Inga, the truth has been laid bare for all to see. Therefore, I will now pass judgment upon the accused, Mr. Dhurke Sadmati.
Hold on, don't we really need to deal with this? Rafa, Your benevolence? I cannot accept this!
Is something the matter, your benevolence?
Queen Amara is lying! It makes no sense! Queen Amara would not have killed my father!
What's with her all of a sudden? Is this some sort of lingering affection towards Nana?
I mean, I agree with you. It's plausible, but... Rafa? Speak the truth, Queen Amara! Did you really kill my father?
Yes, there is no mistake. She has confessed to the crime, thereby clearing the accused of all suspicion. As such, I see no need to continue these proceedings.
Barbed head? Horned head? Are you going to let this stand? Dhurke's been proven innocent, and he's about to be declared not guilty to everything.
But we need to find the truth.
We must pursue the truth.
No matter how inconvenient it is to us.
To the bitter end. That is something that I strongly believe this. Even if it's something I don't want to see.
Yeah.
Even so, something doesn't feel right.
Apollo, if you have any doubts, now's the time to raise them. After all, the courtroom is a place for finding the whole truth. But it's all up to you.
I mean, we're about to win, but there are definitely things that don't quite add up. Does this mean that the whole truth hasn't been brought to light yet? Should we snatch defeat from the jaws of victory? Should I push to continue this trial?
Yeah!
Well, no, why did you?
Because that's clearly what we need to do.
But we should have saved, so in case there's a bad end, we could have come back to it.
No, it's fine. You're right, we should have saved.
So if there's a bad end, we'll come back to it. Let us know, please. Your Majesty, I have a feeling we haven't discovered the whole truth. And the only way we'll ever find it is to continue this trial. I know we're about to win, but... Hornhead?
Very well then. Will the defense please tell us this? What important fact about this case has yet to come to light?
The motive! Queen Amara, there's something I still don't understand. Okay, I have to stop and say something really fast. This is like possibly the best final case in the series. Maybe you could make the argument that Trials and Tribulations is on a similar level. And maybe... No, I don't even think you could say that about Investigations 2. Though Investigations 2 is a really great whole game, and the final case is super freaking ultimate climactic. Everything's all interconnected throughout the whole game, more so than this. But squee, fanboy. This case is really good.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say that because, my God, this is good. All the final cases in Ace Attorney are freaking awesome. Every last one of them. Even both of them in the first game. Nonetheless, there's something I still don't understand. What was your motive for killing Justice Minister Inga?
That is a fair question, and one that I shall now answer. It was for the future of this kingdom that I slew Inga Khura'in.
Darn it! That's unfortunately believable!
To avert further tragedy, his death was an unfortunate necessity. I'm actually Lady Kira, the assassin.
We did joke that maybe that was Nana, and... Further tragedy?
Over the past several years, Minister Inga has been rapidly expanding his power.
And very corrupt.
He had established the secret police and was relentless in his pursuit of the insurgents. He even had the overwhelming support of the people, but still he was not satisfied. Hungry for more power, he began planning a coup d'etat.
You mean his plot involving the Founder's Orb, which led to Maya Fey's abduction?
Yes, Minister Inga planned to use the orb to gain access to a great spiritual power. After which, he would assassinate Khura'in and usurp the throne.
His machinations were reminiscent of that terrible tragedy of 23 years ago. Oh, what a coincidence. That's the tragedy that put me on the throne. And as one affected by that incident, Amara vowed to never allow a repeat of such events.
Yes, and the Holy Mother delivered unto me the perfect opportunity to fulfill my vow. Security amid the courtyard was rather light due to the rite of channeling, and all times, every time. Children just sneaking in.
I don't know why you guys are always looking at me about this. I haven't done anything that wrong lately. Much.
And Inga had barricaded himself in the tomb with his hostage, away from prying eyes.
Today.
I knew I would never again have such a perfect opportunity. So... At 2 p.m. everyone, during the rite of channeling, I slipped into the tomb and slew the minister. Oh yeah?
My bracelet.
Oh, but she didn't notice it. Or maybe she did, because Nahyuta was able to sense it.
Well, he had to experience it a little bit.
Apollo!
Yep. It seems this trial is indeed far from over.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah?
Minister Inga was going to acquire the great spiritual power for himself?
We were talking about stuff before and speculating on Inga's motives and actions, but we had no proof of any of it.
Here's the thing though. If he gained the power of spirit channeling, which seems to be the big hot topic here, he couldn't use it. You have to know the face of the person you're channeling. He's face blind.
Well, he doesn't actually have to do the channeling, does he? Look, I agree. The conclusion that we came to, which may or may not be true, was that he was going to give it to Rafa.
That sounds way more feasible. That just made me think of that.
Yeah, I mean, because you're right. I guess you would have to, as the monarch, you have to be able to do it. And the requirement is that you have a great spiritual power. If you're going to do a coup, you've got the legitimate descendant of the Holy Mother.
Yeah.
And you have the ability to give that person great spiritual power, and that person is absolutely devoted to you and is going to do whatever you say. And on top of that, Inga's a monster. The dude loved his daughter.
Oh, totally.
Okay, so him giving that power to his daughter isn't actually something that's outside of expectations. That's what we think. So I think, they haven't come to that yet.
Right.
Because we haven't dealt with the relationship between Inga and Rafa yet. But that is going to be a quite interesting point, because there's no way, even if it were possible for him to use spirit channeling due to being specifically granted power by the Holy Mother, or however this works, he can't know any faces.
Yep.
That had not even occurred to me. I don't want to try and take it away from you. Queen Amara, I believe you're still hiding something.
Ha ha ha.
But if you want to keep on playing this game of hide and seek, then let's start with that last statement you made.
If I must, anything to avert suspicion. Why are you looking through your bracelet at me?
I'm not looking through a freaking bracelet! This is an eye! Yeah, I too was thinking this is the place to look. And it's gonna be on Slew the Minister.
It's right here. I saw that finger twitching. During the rite of channeling is when that finger twitched.
Yep. What, at 2 p.m.?
That's when their fingers...
Okay,
yeah.
no, the whole statement is during the rite of channeling. Okay. Gotcha. I was like, not 2 p.m. because it is 2 p.m. and by her saying it's not 2 p.m., that's trying to say that it is...
3 p.m.?
See, this is what I was trying to avoid! Queen Amara, you seem a little nervous right now.
Well, I'm lying. I mean, of course I am. Is it not the way of lawyers to gain the advantage by unnerving their foes?
Well, and anybody doing negotiations, yes, but, Great. Now she's unnerved me. Focus, Justice. Just look for a habit or tic that shows she's hiding something.
Okay, I guess that wasn't it.
Well, the last time we did this, we had to like double it up. Maybe you need to put it in the center?
Maybe?
Gotcha!
Queen Amara? Yeah, I think that's what it is that you've been leaving it in the crosshairs, but not center it?
Right.
You're not very comfortable talking about the 2 o'clock rite of channeling, are you? We don't really even know what was going on at that time. I can tell because a finger on your left hand twitched almost imperceptibly when you did.
That's first I've heard of that.
Do you normally talk about your fingers twitching?
I mean...
And that pose you make, is there something about your chest that makes you nervous?
Daymon, you're projecting. I'm just kidding.
What?
Whatever do you mean?
The murder occurred at 2 p.m. And I'm pretty positive Amara was in the tomb at that time. So then, why is she so self-conscious about her chest when she talks about the rite?
The rite of channeling? Didn't Albie snap a picture of it?
Well, I might be putting you in legal jeopardy, Albie, but that's nothing new for you. Queen Amara, I have here, do not ask how I obtained it, a picture of the rite of channeling. It was secretly taken by a certain individual.
Oh.
I am very interested in this illegal photograph. I believe that the state of Khura'in shall prosecute the possession of this picture. But as for this trial, such insolence! I would have the perpetrator's name at once! Sorry. No, can't do. He gave me a dama once, so it's attorney's privilege. We have that in this country, right? Attorney-client privilege? See, I just happened to find it on the ground, so...
Uh-huh.
I will arrest you and all of your family. Okay, that part's not actually going to work out for me if I do that.
You kind of already have.
Do you take me for a fool and shut up, P? Wasn't that what you called yourself?
No.
How about we discuss the photo's origin a little later, because right now, there's something much more pressing at hand. I believe this photo merits further examination. I just wish there was more to see in it than darkness and more darkness.
Wait. Hold on, let me check. I'm gonna check something. Okay, they got the same face markings, because that makes sense.
Because they're both queen.
I mean, that's not the queen's crown that she's wearing.
Well, yeah, that's something...
Probably an official channeling hat.
Official channeling hat. I mean, I'd describe it perhaps with a bit more pomp and circumstance. Mayhaps a mitre, if you will, but I do think... I think the light, not that this has anything to do with it, but I think the light on the dude praying, doesn't that look interesting?
Yeah.
But he's not being like, oh, and like charging up his key to fire his laser or something. But it kind of looks like that.
We might be able to make out a few more details with some image adjustments. Emma! Let's ask Emma if she can help.
Oh, goody.
Bailiff, please summon Detective Skye to the Hall of Justice. I don't know why we don't just have her present all the time.
Hey guys, I hear some crazy stuff has been happening.
You would not believe, Emma.
Anyway, here you are. I was able to obtain a much clearer image by raising the brightness. Yeah, see what you do is you just duplicate the layer and then like put a layer mask and like invert some colors and desaturate.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know, I can't edit images.
Hey, what's that right there?
An injury?
Hey, what the heck is that right there?
No way, I think it's a burn scar!
On Garan?
No, that's Amara!
That is exactly the point that I was getting towards. Huh. I mean, they're sisters.
Uh-huh. And she's wearing a big hat that hides everything but her basic face structure.
It's plausible, especially when the person gets in there and does it right.
And it's dark in there, too.
And she's already been the queen. She knows how to be the queen.
And it's already dark in there, too, so anyone else watching her with the light behind her, shadowing her. So Khura'in did do it. Excellent.
Wait a second. Your Eminence. I happened to notice by zooming in very closely on your fine arts, which are still looking awfully nice after age 40, you don't have a burn scar like that on your chest. And if you didn't want me to notice this stuff, you shouldn't have prominently displayed it.
How dare you stare at the royal boobs?
What's going on here? Chest.
Once again, it comes down to boobs.
You're the one who said it. You're the one who has kept saying it. I have not said it. I am holding back.
But that doesn't mean it's not true.
I am letting go and holding back. But no, you were doing it for me. But you're right. It doesn't mean it's not true. If the person in this photo isn't Queen Khura'in, then who is it?
I don't suppose you'd show us your boobs, Amara.
Queen Amara. Billy! Queen Amara. The person in this photo isn't Queen Khura'in. It's you. Posing as her, isn't it?
It would make sense to wear kind of a loose-fitting robe if you're going to channel someone.
Yeah.
I
mean, it makes perfect sense. The two of you do look quite sister.
Well, we are sisters.
But that's no surprise, considering you're similar.
That statement still works.
Even the shape and position of your facial tattoos are almost exactly the same, having to do with your position, etc., etc. And you're both capable of channeling spirits. You both already know all the rites. Therefore, it would have been easy for you to impersonate Queen Khura'in. You're literally the only person on the face of the earth who could. Unless you killed her too.
Can we stop focusing on my boobs, please?
Queen Amara! You have a burn scar on your chest, don't you? Please remove your round mandala so we can see what's behind it for ourselves. Sorry.
Ask a woman of my stature to remove her mandala.
Yes! Be complete, O Samsara, or whatever. I don't know anything, actually. Look!
Apollo, what have we been reduced to?
No, you know what all this is? It's not the game. It's not the game, and it's not even a what have we been reduced to, Mr. Right. It's me. It's Daymon.
It's because
I'm not even saying anything. You're making this happen, Billy.
We have warped causality to make this happen. This isn't actually how the game goes.
It is the exact same burn scar as the one in the photo.
I don't understand.
I guess there's one way you can tell the sisters apart. Shut up! I knew it.
So the person in this photo really is...
Yeah, it's Queen Amara.
This is absurd! Are you suggesting they switched places? Amara's confession earlier was also false? She was covering for her sister.
Mother, what is the meaning of this?
Oh dear.
Don't you see? This changes everything! We know for a fact that this photo was taken at 2 p.m. The exact time the murder took place. All of those things that we said before, all of them that applied to Amara, could also apply to somebody else. Somebody whose alibi has just gone up in smoke.
But... That would mean Queen Amara couldn't possibly have committed this crime! We're back to square one!
Exactly. She now has an ironclad alibi! So Minister Inga's killer could not have been Queen Amara!
I am afraid I no longer follow defense. Was it not Queen Amara who channeled the minister and the accused to stage the crime?
Yes, that fact has not changed. We have evidence placing her at the scene of the crime. My God, that's right!
Well, she had to have channeled Dhurke because Garan was out there with us when Dhurke was found.
So what the heck happened? And Dhurke could only have been there in the tomb if she were channeling him. Which means, while Queen Amara did use spirit channeling to stage the crime, see, I was thinking it was going to be Garan then, but she didn't kill Minister Inga. His real killer is someone else.
Bokuka!
What the heck is even going on here? Is this how normal trials go?
I don't know, man. If Queen Amara is not the killer, then who is it?
Isn't it obvious?
The only other spirit channeler left.
There's only one other person who can fit the requirements. Why was this rite held in the first place if Queen Garan wasn't gonna perform it? Who was behind the two sisters switching places? And for what reason?
It was I, Politician Wimperson!
Now that that's over with, the answers to these questions, along with the establishment of Queen Amara's alibi, obliterate a certain someone else's alibi! That was weirdly phrased.
Take that!
Why is this some kind of joke?
No, Your Majesty! I could never joke about something so grave! We danced around accusing her before, but she thrust her alibi in our faces, so... The only one who seemed to have a perfect alibi at the time of the murder was Her Eminence, Garan Sigatar Khura'in! Queen Amara, didn't your sister, Queen Garan, ask you to pose as her and perform the rite of channeling? You can't deny that was you!
I...
And didn't she also have you drive Dhurke's spirit from Miss Faye's body? And then stage the crime to make it look like he was the minister's killer? And at 2 p.m., while you were performing the rite of channeling as Queen Garan, didn't she kill Minister Inga while disguised as Dhurke? Remember how you said we shouldn't worry about the location of the clothes? Well, maybe they matter a little bit more now. Well, your mercifulness? It's no use trying to hide it any longer. You need to tell us the truth now! Mother...
Justice Minister Inga's true killer is...
She's gonna insist on herself. What the hell? What? Mother, no! What the crap?
Ha ha ha! I really did it! Your Eminence, my life is yours!
What in God's name is even happening? Isn't he that crazy guy in Garan's Royal Guards?
Queen Amara! Bailiff, arrest that guardsman!
Mother! Garan couldn't have... Could she?
She doesn't seem too shocked.
We still were thinking she was the one behind getting herself on the throne in the first place.
Someone call for an ambulance, quickly now! Good lord.
That's the first? What the hell? Well, I was wondering how we were going to get to day 3. Hope she's okay. We're lucky the ambulance made it in time. But we've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. What are we supposed to do?
Based on that, I think she's gonna be okay.
Probably, yeah.
I can't believe what just happened! Tell me about it. I've been in some crazy cases, but
Never actually had somebody get shot in the middle of a trial.
Do you think Ron put that guard up to it? Easy money.
If she did, she's gonna regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Poor Queen Amara. Your benevolence? Any news on her condition? She is undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They're giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though.
Oh, man.
That Khura'in. Justice will be served. And that sounds like a really cheesy catchphrase I could theoretically use, unfortunately don't. Why? Why did this happen? Why do things like this keep happening? Just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. What was that about being reunited? Huh? Oh, it's nothing, and BSG has never noticed or talked about this in any way, and they're always wrong, so you should ignore everything they said.
Oh man, my bracelet seems to be tightening.
Who's BSG? How are you, Hornhead?
Changing the subject.
How nice.
I know.
That she asked about him. Well, the thing is she had no relationship to Apollo whatsoever, and in this trial,
she gained a relationship with him.
Yeah, one that Apollo earned. Dhurke Sadmati was your father in all but blood, after all. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm gonna stay focused on. Hornhead, you are sturdier than your stature lets on. I hear that you are actually quite physically wimpy.
Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo?
You're calling me wimpy. Come on, guys. Dhurke, that was a real shocker, all right. Can't believe the dragon is dead.
Oh, he didn't know?
Has been for some time, huh? Dots. Say, AJ, I was wondering, when Dhurke disappeared after I freed him, that's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't know if it was because Dhurke's spirit willed it, or if it was a part of Khura'in or Amara's plan, or Amara's own will.
Yeah.
Man, our dream of revolution.
It's not dead. Don't let yourself think that.
What are we gonna do now? Is this it? Don't give up yet. There's a very good chance that Khura'in is the real culprit in all this. And if we can prove her guilt in court... Hey, you're right! That could be just a push we need! The dream lives on! Yes, it does. You know what this means, AJ? The fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders.
No pressure.
You know, I think Dhurke might have liked that.
Yeah.
All in a day's work. Justice will be served.
Apollo, are you okay?
Who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dhurke gave his life for, so I have to do this for him. The Honorable Rebel, Dhurke Sadmati. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived. Really?
He was my favorite character in The Plume Punisher.
I don't want to admit that, sir. But why not? I mean, he seemed like quite an interesting man.
Who may or may not be my father.
We're finally reunited. Did she bump her head or something earlier? The trial's about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once. I can't believe I've had a consistent voice this whole game.
Already? After what just happened? I wish I was in this chapter more.
Hey, after Dual Destinies, you can't complain.
Yes, I can! I'm very good at complaining! First thing Khura'in will do is respond to that last accusation. So you'd better stay on your toes, Apollo.
I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Khura'in, here comes justice!
Funky puzzle box!
Word! Now that's the AJ Dirt nose and raised!
Ha, no Nahyuta. Now then, let us resume today's proceedings.
Because
it's
I
not
guess...
the next day yet, Daymon.
Sorry, we'll get there though, right? I guess Nahyuta is with his mom.
He'd have to be.
Probably just like, screw all this.
Yeah!
He can clearly hold in quite a lot, but there's a point at which...
There's a limit!
Speaking of which, let's talk about that. Huh? I noticed that there was somebody who was here before, but is not here now. I must offer my apologies. I never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing.
Uh-huh.
What? He wasn't acting under your orders?
Even though he specifically said something to indicate that he was?
That he was?
That he was. How dare you cast such suspicions upon her eminence?
You've been doing this to me this entire trial. I don't even care about your how dare yous. I keep winning, don't I? I almost won the damn trial. It is quite all right, your majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. As everyone here has been wont to point out, I do meet the requirements, so it is only natural that I am under suspicion. But rest assured that he acted alone, for I know nothing of his plans.
Farewell, lackey.
I don't believe that for a second. At least that lackey guy got his just desserts. Now then, your majesty, regarding
Yeah?
Regarding something, your majesty, I don't even care anymore. Regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. If the defense gets to change everything and rewrite the entire case in the middle of the same trial, then so can the prosecution.
Observe all this evidence that didn't exist before. A new possibility, you say?
Indeed. For during the break, the real killer confessed to me. Wouldn't you know it?
He did.
Lackey? What? Bailiff, call the witness to the stand. He shall die for me.
The real killer confessed? What's she got up her sleeve this time? Other than press on nails.
I have a really bad feeling about this. I just realized what you said!
It's gotta be Lackey, isn't it? What? What?!
No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Unacceptable!
In between episodes, I actually was joking with Billy about maybe the fourth spirit channeler that Nahyuta was talking about was Nahyuta. And so that means maybe he did it to save his mom, but it was joking and not seriousness. Don't you try to pull this garbage. I don't know what the heck Khura'in has over Nahyuta that's making him do this, but this is crap. What the hell is wrong with her? Why is she running this whole family to death?
It's not her family.
He's the one who confessed.
Prosecutor Sadmati? You're the real killer?
Well, I am this game's prosecutor. And in the end, isn't the new prosecutor always on the stand?
Huh.
It's not actually always true, but... I questioned him during the recess, as I felt that Amara had been covering for someone.
Yeah, you!
So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me.
Even if that is possible because of Inga's involvement in his father's death or whatever, or whatever,
yeah,
even
or
if that is possible, no frickin' way!
Nahyuta, you didn't really do it, did you? Her Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. Nahyuta! What garbage!
Peace! Prosecutor Sadmati, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed.
How many people have to confess to this? This is the second confession we've had. Why should we take this one any more seriously than the first?
Right!
Yes, I am certain. For I killed him by my own hand. And no matter how often I lie, you putrid lawyer, I am immune to your special powers, so don't even try it.
Oh, that's kind of a good point.
At last, the real killer has been revealed.
Did she plan this entire thing to wipe out the Sadmatis one by one?
I wouldn't be surprised.
How are we supposed to respond to this?
Or maybe she's just using it as an excuse to take advantage of the situation. Because then she's completely legitimate or something. I don't know. It's gone far beyond anything we can come up with.
Yeah.
Nahyuta, retract your confession, now! Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. Who cares about that? Admit it! It was Queen Khura'in who put you up to this! She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint.
Learn less!
Well said. But...
You're so self-restraint, you're basically in bondage.
Well said. Or do you have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? Maybe there was a fourth channeler. Do you have any proof there wasn't? Maybe it was me. Do you have any proof there wasn't?
Yeah,
Maybe it was this dog. Do you have any proof there wasn't? That's what he's been reduced to. That is... What do you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly, the truth can set us free. Honesty is the best policy.
Looks like Khura'in got to him somehow.
She's had him for years.
I definitely didn't see this coming.
Nahyuta, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do Khura'in's bidding?
Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Sadmati, your testimony, please. I suppose he wouldn't have to spirit channel, he could just dress up as Dhurke.
Sure, that'd be fine, because Inga wouldn't be able to recognize him at all. I don't remember where he was. I thought that he was with us when he wasn't? Okay.
No, not Nahyuta.
Maybe that really was him that was dressed as Dhurke. But there's also no positive proof that the person who killed Inga was the person dressed as Dhurke.
That's true.
That person dressed as Dhurke was the one who was walking up there to manipulate the divination seance.
That's true.
By the way, yeah, I think we're done. It kind of stinks, but we've had a whole lot of episodes going long lately, so this is just going short. Come on. It's time to let it go and move on. Couple days, there'll be another one. Take that, Pustus!